Greetings and good tidings, Lafayette Lions. It's Miss Brady here, and today we are going to be reviewing the formation of our government. In this video lesson, we are going to be covering the creation of the U.S. Constitution, famous Virginians that helped with the Constitution, the branches of Virginia's government, and important Virginia documents. The Constitutional Convention was held in the summer months of 1787. Delegates met to write a new plan for our government, and this plan was called the Constitution. Writing the Constitution was not an easy job. The delegates argued and they fought, and some of them thought that this document would not be written. There were a lot of people who had a lot of different opinions. Some of the problems and conflicts that arose at the Constitutional Convention were things like, how much power should the federal government have? How should our federal government be organized? And how much power should each state get in the federal government? If it weren't for the help of some important Virginians, the Constitution may not have ever been written at all. George Washington was elected the president of the Constitutional Convention. He was later elected as the first president of the United States. As the first president of the United States, he provided strong leadership that was needed to help the young country, and it also provided a model of leaders for other future presidents. He is often known as the father of our country. We also had James Madison, who ended up being so important in the Constitutional Convention that he earned the nickname the Father of the Constitution. He did two main things in order to earn this nickname. The first thing that he did was keep detailed notes during the Constitutional Convention, which helped to sort out and record the ideas and arguments that the different delegates had. He also helped the delegates compromise so that decisions could be made during the difficult process of writing the Constitution. One example of a compromise that happened during the Constitutional Convention dealt with representation. Some states argued about how many representatives they should have. Larger states like Virginia said that the number of representatives should be based on the population of the state, and this was called the Virginia Plan. However, smaller states like New Jersey did not think that this was fair, and they said that each state should have an equal number of representatives, which is known as the New Jersey Plan. So there was a great compromise. The states eventually agreed that there would be two houses of Congress. One would be based on population, and the other would have equal representation for each state. It took over 4 months, but eventually the U.S. Constitution was finished. The Constitutional Congress finished their document in September of 1787. With this document, they decided that they needed to have 3 branches of government. So our government is broken into 3 sections. The first section is known as the legislative branch, and this is the branch that makes the laws. It has 2 parts, the Senate and the House of Delegates. The executive branch carries out the laws, and it's headed by the governor. And the judicial branch judges whether laws agree with the Constitution, and it decides cases about people that were accused of breaking the law. The state's court systems are a part of our judicial branch. With this system of checks and balances, the 3 sections check each other and make sure that no one group has too much power in our government. There were some important Virginia documents that helped shape our Constitution because they wanted to make sure that they had rights for all people. A lot of people felt that the Constitution was missing some important rights that should be guaranteed to all people. And Virginia already had 2 documents that had been written. The first was the Virginia Declaration of Rights, which was written in 1776 by George Mason. This document was written for all Virginians and stated that they had the rights to freedom of religion and the freedom of the press, such as newspapers. This document inspired some of the amendments that are in our U.S. Constitution. The Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom was written in 1779 by Thomas Jefferson. This document was written for all people, and it said that all Virginians should be able to worship as they please. And this document also inspired some of the amendments in our U.S. Constitution. All right, friends, that's going to wrap up our review lesson for today. Thank you so much for learning with me, and I hope that you all have a fabulous day.